Oh, I am so sad. I no longer have my Mac Pro. Good morning, everyone. Yes, I am a little bit sad because my Mac Pro has been collected by Apple. The good news is they're not repairing it. I've had a few people ask. In fact, they're just swapping it out for a new Mac Pro with an upgraded GPU. So it should be even faster when it comes back to me. So I'm editing on my Mac Mini at the moment and also on my MacBook Pro, so I'm not without an Apple computer. I can manage for a week or two. It is a little bit slower, it's different to my normal workflow, but what I basically did was transfer my settings across to the other two machines. All my video footage is on an external drive anyway, so I didn't have to transfer in any of that. So it's all good. But something really has cheered me up. I shared a photo with you on Instagram of a new camera, and I'm going to show you it right now. Let's give this section of the video a title. Late 2014 camera update. And here you can see my Panasonic GH4. And then in the middle there, we've got the Sony RX100 Mark III. And then on the end, we have the Sony Alpha 7s or Sony A7s. Really awesome camera. I'm going to switch to my RX100 Mark III now, the one in the middle, and show you the A7s a little bit closer. A big thank you to so many of you for asking for a camera update. And before I move on to show you the Sony A7s a little bit closer, this is my Panasonic GH4. This is what I use for recording all of the videos at the moment on the channel. And the lens on the front, in fact, isn't a Panasonic lens. This is the Olympus Zuko Digital 12 to 40mm lens. Absolutely awesome optics. It is a gorgeous lens. Really very, very pleased with it. And then the GH4, as I mentioned, this actually records in full 4K resolution, and it records that internally. You don't need an external recorder to do it. It does it to the SD card, and it's just a really nice camera. Great controls on it. Very, very good video, nice and crisp video, a good amount of detail resolved, and that's thanks to the GH4 and of course the awesome lens on the front. Now we have got headphone outputs, we've got AV digital out, HDMI out behind these slots, and behind this little slot here is a microphone input, very, very important when you're doing serious video work. But I'm really pleased with the GH4, it's a wonderful, wonderful camera. Now let's have a look at the new toy. The Sony Alpha 7s or Sony A7s as it's better known. Now this is a gorgeous camera and I'm so lucky to have this in to test, and it's actually a full frame camera. Sony E-mount but with a full frame sensor, and what that means is when you put a 55mm lens on the front you get 55mm field of view. Put a wide angle 16mm lens on here, you get an awesome wide angle view, and this is only 12 megapixels and it is the king of low light photography and videography. It really is superb. Now I've only had it for a couple of days, I've done some tests on it and I'm really very, very pleased indeed. I just want to very quickly concentrate on this. This is the Carl Zeiss lens, or Sony lens with Carl Zeiss optics. This is the 55mm FE, so full frame, E-mount, 55mm 1.8 lens. Really very, very good indeed. Awesome construction on this lens. Comes with a lens hood supplied, which many manufacturers don't include with their cameras. And we've also got various inputs and outputs. If I just open up these covers here on the side, we can see some of the outputs. We have got micro HDMI, we've also got AV multi-out, we've got headphone out and microphone in. Now as well as that 3.5mm input for the microphone, on the top we have also got underneath this cover a multi-interface shoe, so you can have a fully fledged XLR or dual XLR input for really awesome quality audio. The built-in microphones on this are actually some of the best I've heard. Really very, very good indeed. We've got exposure compensation on a dial, we've got a front dial, we've got a back dial, mode dial here. The screen doesn't fully articulate, so that is one of the downsides, and also it doesn't record 4K video to the SD card. It's 1080p up to 60 frames per second to the SD card. If you want to actually record 4K video with the Sony A7s, which it is capable of, you do need an external recorder. So why have I got all of these amazing cameras in the studio with 2 more cameras on their way, plus some amazing lenses coming into the studio? Well, let me explain. I have been working on some project ideas behind the scenes for probably about 2 months now, and next year I'm going to be recording some short films and really taking things to the next level on the Geekanoids channel. There's going to be a much greater variety of video footage. Now, I've already got the Panasonic GH4 sitting behind me on the table. I've already got the Sony A7s sitting on the table behind me, and of course the Sony RX100 Mark III, so great combination of cameras. I've also got a GoPro Hero 4 Black coming in. That's going to be mounted on top of one of the cameras, and I'll show you all this when it happens in a future video. And I've also got a Sony A7 Mark II coming in, and that's really going to be used for photography, not video work, although I might use it for some videos as well. And I've also got some more lenses coming in. I've got 2 more Sony lenses coming in and a full set of Micro Four Thirds Cine lenses coming in as well. And this is all going to be put into action next year. Now, in addition to that equipment, I've also got some camera cages, external video and audio recorders, and I'm going to show you how I put those into play and actually build these cameras behind me into really cool video rigs. So those videos are going to be coming next year. They're still in the planning stage. I've still got some equipment to actually get hold of, but do stay tuned for them. I am super excited with the way things are going and just really excited to get into these projects next year. So I've been doing some video editing today on the Mac Mini and it's going quite well. You know, being without the Mac Pro is difficult because it was part of my workflow. I got used to editing daily on it, and the speed as well that it processed the videos was absolutely amazing. But the Mac Mini has really surprised me. I mean, I knew it was capable anyway, but the actual video editing process is identical. As I mentioned to you before, I keep all of my video footage on external drives, and it's really handling even the 4K video footage very well indeed. Throughout the editing process, no dropped frames. And the actual speed and performance of it only really notices that it's not as good as the Mac Pro when it comes to rendering the video. The processing takes probably anywhere between 4 and 6 times as long, maybe sometimes even longer when it's a 4K video. But it still produces the video and it still does an amazing job, and it still allows me to share these videos with you. So I'm really pleased that the Mac Mini is such a capable machine. A lot of people ask me, Dave, you know, should I get a Mac Mini or spend more money? You know, is it capable of doing video editing? And the answer is yes, it really is. Now, the rest of the day for me has been super busy. I've still got more work to do, and I'm going to say goodbye for now for today, because later on today I've got to go and pick up parcels. I've got to run about 5 or 6 errands, and I can't share those errands with you on video because they are private business things, so I really can't share them with you at this stage. But I will be able to share them with you in the new year because they're all to do with the new projects I'm working on. So that's it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you all again tomorrow.